What is up, Valley Maniacs? It is patch day in Marvel Future Revolution. Some good, some buffs, some nerfs, and some other just miscellaneous stuff. Let's go take a look at all of the notes here from the patch notes. So the first big item, Doctor Strange, one of the more powerful characters in the game, got nerfed. He had his ultimate Soul surrendered. His damage was decreased by about 15%. His Master of the Mystic Arts, the circular shackle skill, also got the range decreased by about 20%. But the good thing is, this doesn't feel that bad. Players busy has a Doctor Strange main, says didn't really notice this. So this may not look that great on paper, but as far as the actual feel of Doctor Strange, not that bad as far as what they've done to him. And I gotta say, I gotta respect nerfs because they never feel good, but it looks like these nerfs are for the long-term health of the game and not just for monetization. So I like nerfs that do that. They don't feel good, but if it's for the long-term health of the game and it's gonna help this game be more fun and more playable for a lot longer, even though in the short term these nerfs don't feel good, I think that is what games need. And some companies, they don't want the anger of their community when that happens, and yeah, because they never feel good. All right, next nerf, Black Widow, the big one here. All right, she actually got two big nerfs. Her ultimate skill vanished. Damage amplification decreased around 20%. That was the big thing that she does. She got the ultimate. You go into stealth, cannot be attacked. Damage goes up, got reduced by about 20%. Cooldown, so you're not able to use this as often, goes up by about 15%. Of all the stuff they could have done to her, this does not seem that bad. She looks like she's still going to be very, very strong. She got two buffs, though. Damage increased by about 13% for her move Trap Expert, the underhand throw version of that. And Explosive Expert, the high explosive grenade. Damage got increased by about 6.5%. And this is her big move, Sniper Shot. So normally with Black Widow, you're combining this skill where she's going into stealth, amplifying her damage by whatever it was, and then you're using this Sniper Shot for some big damage. That also got decreased. So effectively, this big move here, her damage would decrease by about 33%. I guess if you add them, I don't know. I'm not sure if that's the way to calculate that, but she got her damage decrease on this big move here and increase on a few other things. So not that bad for Strange and Black Widow. As far as nerfs, these are the worst nerfs. So it gets pretty buffy after this. All right, let's look. Captain Marvel. Actually, Captain Marvel got nerfed as well. Binary Eruption. Guard cannot be broken. Actually, that's a nerf. That's a buff. That's good. That's the ultimate. Getting your guard broken while your ultimate is going off is not fun. You're saving up all that ultimate energy. You're using it, and then you get your guard broken, and it's totally wasted. So that happened with Captain America as well. This is very good for Captain Marvel. The cooldown time increased. So a little bit of a nerf here, a little bit of a buff here. So always stuff. Always balance. And then Star-Lord. Ultimate gauge recovery increased by about 16%. You're going to be able to use that ultimate a lot more. 16 doesn't seem that well, but doesn't seem that big, but effectively in battle, you're using his ultimate more, and that feels good. So buffs for Star-Lord. And here's the big one. Captain America. He got skill Judgment Precision. It's just his normal skill there. All right, this ultimate. This was very, very big for Captain America. A few things that were changed and for the better with this move. Does not jump on enemies and instead releases shock in his current place. So if we take a look at what this skill does now, and this is the one I'm going to spend the most time in because Captain America, I'm a little more well versed with Captain America than previous characters. So if we go in game and see what this skill is doing, he is getting up all the charges, and he's absorbing all the damage and jumping, releasing all of it. And I'm not sure, but I think what the jump that got reduced was he's jumping in the middle, and then he's doing that big jump. The big jump at the end is still there. All right, let's go back to his skills. Damage reduction effect increased from 50% to 80%, and he's reducing all damage received by the enemies for 3 seconds. Now it's up to 80%, was at 50%, and that would be kind of annoying as well. Use that ultimate for Captain America. You're trying to get him to absorb that damage, to get release that damage, but then your Captain America dies. So the damage reduction effect going up to 80% is huge. And also, the guard broken. His guard cannot be broken. Kind of what they did with Captain Marvel. Guard cannot be broken while the ultimate is active. That is huge. How many times have my guard gotten broken with Captain America while trying to do his ultimate? So now that it cannot be broken, that is big. The guard damage reduction increased. Effect increased by 80%. Also applies the same value as a damage reduction, 80%. So all the stuff, just reducing the damage and making so that the guard cannot be broken. Very, very good. And I guess it's reducing the animation as well because you're not jumping. So this is very big. This is the big one that I noticed. Shield impact, unbreakable. Well, don't really use this skill. I use the different variant of this skill, but damage reduction effect increased from about 30 to 50%. So kind of what's happening on the ultimate, but just a little bit more, going to 50% instead of going to 80%. And receive guard damage reduction effect is increased by about 50%. So that is good. The captain's leadership. I use the different version of skill that brings his shield, but he's getting more HP recovery if you're using the captain's leadership, the captain's resolve version of this. We saw this one here. So let's move on to the next thing, and that is the leadership, the provocation, where he's trying to get the aggro from the enemies, trying to draw all the attacks from the enemies. That got some buffs as well. Damage reduction increase about 100%. That is important. If you're trying to get all the enemies to attack you, you're taking damage and your cap is not as strong. It's good, but the damage reduction increased about 100%. Damage reduction increased to 100% and applies the same value. So very similar to what has happened to the ultimate. And the cooldown increased about 20%. So slight nerf there. This is the big one, the shield effect. I'm using this one on my main set, the captain's leadership, the patient. This is what gives him that big shield. That shield got increased about 20%, so even more survivability for Cap and his allies. This is very, very good news for Captain America. Not as bad for Black Widow as I was expecting, and wasn't sure what to expect for Strange. So that's pretty much it. And a little bit of help for Spider-Man, and it's the spider web effect display time decreased by about 75%, improved to register the attack faster. So good, more speed in the attack, which is good. And I'm not sure what, I haven't really used Spider-Man, so I'm not really sure what the web effect display time. I'm thinking that's just a visual thing, but if you're maining Spider-Man, let me know in the comments if this is helpful or hurtful for you. It sounds like it's helpful. All right. Most wanted balance adjustment. We saw this in the preview notes yesterday. This did not change. The normal most wanted time, spawn times, if we shorten to have targets appear more often. Very good if you're farming your most wanted daily missions, getting those to appear. We got very, very slight increases to the med kits for level 1 and level 2, going up from 700 to 750, going up from 1250 to 1300. So I'm not sure what this was for. I don't even know if this is something noticeable in the game, but buffs are always good. They always feel good when things get buffed, and never feel good when things get nerfed, even if it's for the long-term health. All right, some of the missions, some of the earlier missions, some of the campaign missions got a little easier. Everything below level 35 to super villains for all the epic missions got easier. Damage decrease by about 10%. Same thing for Crossbones in his epic mission as well. And the removal time. Now, people were gaining a lot of potentials. What they were doing, and I guess you could still do this. It's just going to take a lot longer. You're going in with one character, getting all the potential for that character, and instead of upgrading that character, just putting it in this storage section, deleting that character, waiting those 3 days and starting that process all over again, so that when they really fully max that character, they have all that potential stored up in their supplies, and they're just getting this character. So I guess that could still be done. You could still do that with your heroes, max them out, get all the potential stored in the storage, and do it again. But it's going to take longer. It's not going to take 3 days for your characters to reset. It's going to take 7 days. So I guess that's good, unless you are someone that had the time to do that farming system. Rewards got increased a little bit for some very early missions though, so I'm not sure how big of an impact this will be, but for some new Stark City early missions, easy, and still worth it to do that. I guess so. And the Valley Club, you guys have experience doing that. I haven't done this with any character. I guess that is still worth it, even with that 7 day remaining time, but I guess it just made it a little harder to do. right, so the earlier missions, we got some increased rewards. Special operations score improvement. We just did a special operations with the Alliance. I don't know if I noticed too many changes there, but it is more with the score than anything to the mission itself. So hopefully this makes it, hopefully this improves the score if you're someone that's really kicking butt on these special missions. And some bugs that I did not really notice, but I'm glad they're fixing the bugs. Doctor Strange's, the little Doctor Strange bugs, incorrect recommended power for some of the battle challenges, inability to equip certain cores. Now you're able to do that. And I guess they did some removal and re-equip, or removal and giving you some stuff in your inbox for that. And fewer costume bonuses were added than intended. So I guess this is all good. And that is the patch, guys. Not that bad. Very fearful yesterday when I saw that some characters would be changed. I thought it would be a lot worse. I was expecting Black Widow to get a nerf. She did. She got slum buffs, but that's still usable. Doctor Strange got some nerfs, still usable. Captain America got some much needed buffs. I think the biggest thing that got changed on Captain America was the ultimate. Got some slight changes to Captain Marvel as well. Star-Lord looks like he got a buff, and I'm not sure about the Spider-Man. Nothing to Storm though. So that is it for the patch. Decent. All right, and that is it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time. Subscribe to the channel. Let's grow this thing. And I will see you guys for some more Future Revolution content. Hopefully you guys can stop by the channel, the Twitch stream in the morning for the Valley Club in the morning. We do that every weekday morning, playing some Strike Force and some Future Revolution. But before you go, make sure you give me that Hulk fist bump. I will see you next time. ValleyFlyin out.